because I was running it locally.
Okay, I started the recording. Welcome to, I don't know what Doge contributor meeting we're on, maybe like six or something.
It's
Um,
I think
the
it's five.
main, okay, five. The main announcement for today is bot accounts are a thing, at least at the API level. After this meeting, I'm going to write some documentation on how you can actually create your bot account, and it's going to be associated to basically your user. The main difference is now you don't have to Twitter auth or GitHub auth every time you want to make a bot. But we can get more into that in a second. Um, that's the main, and I'm going to be building a UI for it eventually. But right now, it's only you can only do it basically by doing some API calls. Other than that, that's like the main thing to talk about, at least announcement wise. We'll structure this as we do structure every meeting. It's going to be just you can ask questions AMA style. We're going to use the same rule as last time. You cannot do feature requests. You can only do problems. Um, yeah. With that said, does anyone have anything they wanted to say first? Hollow, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes, with bot accounts. Are they going to work off the same opcode system as normal accounts?
As of right now, they are equivalent to a regular user.
Okay.
So
And oh, go ahead.
how are you going to restrict bots from using like the regular API?
They will use the regular API right now. I'm not going to this. The main difference is now we have at an API level a way to differentiate a bot versus a non-bot. And for bot owners, this makes it easier to create bots because you now don't have to have a Twitter and a GitHub for each bot.
I'm going to be
What
setting
if
that
you
up tonight.
what if you don't want bots in your room? What if like you want to restrict your room? You don't want bots in your room.
Right. So
How are you gonna fix that?
this enables that functionality.
A really quick question: How are
No,
you going to
but what if somebody
authenticate?
uses Kebab, something like Kebab, to use the regular account with refresh tokens and the other token? They're a regular user. I mean, what if they come into your room when you have banned bots?
Basically,
As we said,
if they're using the API and they don't register as a bot, we're eventually going to set up something where that's like against terms of service, and that's a bannable offense because you should be using the bot API if you are doing programmatic things. Obviously, we're going to give it some
Okay.
time since we're just switching over, and if it becomes like a big problem where people are like using the private API and not creating bot accounts, we can then set up some things like captchas and whatnot, and we can start the war against bots. But I mean, there's really not a reason for them to use that because one, the bot API has all the same functionality, and it may eventually have like some things that improve. Say you can listen in multiple rooms or something.
I have 3 questions. One, is bot functionality complete enough right now that I could implement it into DogeHouse.js? Because I'm doing a complete rewrite at the moment.
So I wrote the code yesterday. I haven't done a test, but basically all it is you can now get an API key, and you can exchange that API key for an access token and a refresh token. So you're using
I heard
an
from
API key instead of GitHub.
And
I heard
these
from someone that
this,
returns null.
and this API key and refresh, this API key will contact the API first, then get the refresh token, and then you use the refresh token and token to connect.
Right. So the only this you should use it the exact same as you do any other bot. The only difference is you're now going to auth using that API key.
All right, that is wonderful news.
Are bot accounts going to be linked to a normal account?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
I looked through the code last night on the CUSA, and I just had a quick question because I noticed you had a manifest with all the event or the action opcodes. Is that going to be a similar format for event opcodes as well?
Oh, that are sent back to the client?
Or no, just like sent to the client without being prompted, like speaker change, stuff like that.
The answer is probably at some point.
Okay, I just needed to know so I can build that in because I'm rewriting the API wrapper tonight.
As far as
Hey, I have a question about private rooms.
real quick
Is
before
that
we get into
functionality
private
working at
rooms,
all
I want to
at
say
this
one more
moment?
thing about the manifest. I think with the opcode names, they should stay. They like those might change, but if they do change, we will have like a translation.
I'm
So
setting up an opcode compiler. So the compiler will take a set of parameters and it will turn them into viable opcodes based on the parameters that have already been set. So those parameters can change and the opcodes will change.
okay, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna probably do the same thing, and then we'll add a deprecation notice if say the opcodes are changing for future stuff.
All right.
But okay, go ahead about the private rooms.
Oh yeah, there was just one issue open on GitHub about them, and I was kind of looking into it, and it doesn't seem like they really work at all right now. Or there's some half-finished functionality there. But if you create a private room, you can't really invite anybody to it or do anything with it.
Yeah, the right now I think the only way for private rooms to work is you invite somebody who's already on the site. We're gonna eventually have where you can share a link and they can add through the link, but yeah, that part's broken right now.
Okay. Okay. Also, how do you so if I'm a contributor right now, how do I become a collaborator?
Basically, I mean, I've added those people as like there's a need. So if there's something that you're not able to do right now that you want to be able to do as a collaborator, let me know and I can add you.
Nah, that makes sense.
The API is currently versioned, yes.
Ben, I don't think you ever answered my question earlier on is it ready enough that I can implement it today?
Again, I haven't tested it, but yes. Theoretically, yes.
Okay. Can you give me an opcode so I can quickly test?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm gonna like there's like 3 steps you need to do. I'm gonna write the docs for it after this.
All right.
And then I can send them your way.
Thank you much.
Yeah, we can add them to the docs Fadi. That's fine. If you want to create a new section, I can send you the text snippet.
All right. Arna, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Somebody in chat said they can't hear me. Oh, yeah. Let's just quickly talk about what Overlisted just said about what he did.
I took your username in Minecraft.
Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, he took your username in Minecraft, like the Benawad. So if you ever come join the server, you might want to talk with him and try and get that username for yourself.
Related to DogeHouse, if I'm being honest.
Oh, it was just a quick thing that I wanted to mention.
I was wondering about the React Native app because I tried to compile it today for Android. It just errored out even though I have everything installed. Really weird. Is anyone focusing on it right now?
There was one person. I'm not sure the status of if he's still doing stuff with it.
Yeah, maybe I will do something with it.
The AUR version of DogeHouse doesn't work. Is that a desktop thing?
AOR is like Arch
What?
repository thing.
Yeah, so the guy working on it, the guy maintaining it, has not been responding for some time. So I don't know if he's still maintaining it. Well, it's not under us. And Ben, about that PPA thingy, bro, might want to keep it under us. Okay.
Yeah, whenever I get bot accounts implemented, now that
I'm gonna
those
have
are
to go
implemented,
soon.
I will be introducing audio to DogeHouse.js, the long requested feature.
I don't know anything about AUR. I mean, if somebody wants to look into and fix it, they can. It's a low priority for me right now, though. Just wanted to ask a question if this is intended. So let's say I'm not logged in and I click on a link to DogeHouse Room. It redirects me to the login page. When I log in, it takes me to the dash page. Yeah, Creeper, if you could make a GitHub issue, it should theoretically redirect you back to the room after you log in.
Something I experienced earlier is I was using the desktop version of DogeHouse, and I got an error, and I kept trying to click OK to close it, but it wasn't closing. It was just opening up a new window with the same error. But the audio and everything was still working just fine. So maybe don't display error messages as pop-ups that can't be, not shown anymore.
Do you have a screenshot of what it looked like? Like, is this R?
I do. I sent it in the DogeHouse general, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we already talked about this, and he said he could not reproduce it, so I'm not really sure why he got that. I had fixed this before. It used to occur when the window closes before the app closes, but I fixed it. I don't know why he still got it.
If you could make a
Maybe
GitHub
you're
issue
on a.
about it.
Yeah, are you on on the latest version? Can you confirm that?
I should be.
If you open DogeHouse desktop app, do you see like the black screen where it says checking for
Checking
updates and
for
stuff?
updates. Yep. There was no updates when I
Okay.
opened it.
Okay. So yeah, you should be on the local latest one. Yeah, make an issue. I'll look into it. Try reproducing it, please, if you can.
Can you add a feature like I can choose profile pic from gallery or file manager so we can choose our profile pic? That's going to come eventually. I don't want to handle basically image uploads right now because I'm going to have a reporting system when I do that. So that's going to be a later thing, but it is going to come.
Can you use some kind of like model to identify if some pictures explicit?
Right. I mean, it comes down to the same problem. Is there's ways to get around it.
Okay. I mean, I think you tried it with the VS Code extension you created.
Right. Can you Fadi or Joel with the reconnecting to Wi-Fi thing? Can you open your console and see if it is reconnecting, at least in the console? Because there is a logic in place when the WebSocket connection dies, it should be reconnecting. So if you're
I
not
noticed.
reconnecting, I would be curious what your logs look like.
I noticed it happened with me once and then never happened again. So I was not able to check the console.
Yeah, just like next
Also, if
time
it
that happens to you, if you could open the console, that'd be great.
yeah, sure. And also, if you switch like VPNs or if you turn on a VPN while in a room and then force refresh, you'll be in a room, but it won't tell you that you're in a room. I made an issue on it
Yeah,
some time ago. I can link it.
yeah, I left a comment on it. If you can check that actually and see, are you able to do that? We can talk about it later. We can discuss that in the comment.
Okay. I didn't see the comment though, but okay.
So you're not reconnecting to the voice server, it says. Oh, okay. Does it? Um, can you screenshot what your console looks like and make a GitHub issue? The strength of the connection. I mean, that's just your Wi-Fi. I mean, I guess we could add something for the strength of it. We'll add something that like in the UI you know if you're connected or not. That's not yet. Create bot is creating accounts but always returns API key null. Yeah, I mean that may be the case. I mean, I don't think it should. I think you may be sending the wrong payload. But again, I'm gonna double check after this. Why not use Cloudinary for image optimization? I mean, that's like a separate whole issue. I don't think we're gonna have a problem with image optimization. We may use Cloudinary eventually. Please add auto scrolling. If you're talking about chat, move your cursor away from chat, scroll it to the bottom. It should only freeze if you have your cursor over the chat, I believe, right now. There's a problem that I can copy your avatar URL, change my picture by pasting the URL. Otherwise, it'll be not easy to see who's real is fake. I mean, that's fine. That's not really a solvable problem. Even if we didn't use URLs, I can save your profile picture and upload it. No, we're not going to add screen sharing, at least not in the remotely near future. Yeah, I think that was all the questions in chat.
We do have a ban feature, bro. You can get banned site-wide, or you can get banned from a room as well. You can even get kicked from a room, but that's only for the mods. They can do it.
The username is case sensitive, like the API lookup right now, but yes, that is like not necessarily intended. I need to make it an I like statement, and I made it not that. I made an equal sign. Basically, I need to change the DB query for it. If that, I think if there's not already a GitHub issue, if you could make one, that'd be great. Is the community going to be able to create an unofficial Doge bot API? I think there's already multiple of them.
Yeah.
Being able to change a public room to a private room would be nice. I believe that's possible now. You should be able to click on the title and do that. Now, again, if that functionality is broken, that's a possibility. But will SSR meta tags for rooms come? Creeper, they should be live. Try pasting this link on social media, and it should expand. Maybe not Twitter, because I haven't added Twitter card, but it has Open Graph on it right now.
Will you be giving bots the ability to like change room names and change room descriptions even if they're not an admin? Because currently only administrators can change room information.
Well, it wouldn't be whether you're a bot or not. It would be like maybe we would have the mod privilege to be able to do that.
Like even for just normal users as well.
Right. Like I don't think it makes sense as of now to like, so I don't think I would do things based on if you're a bot or if you're not a bot. It would be based on if you have a role, and you can give that role to a bot or you can give that role to a user.
I think we should try adding like Discord kind of role systems, but like later, because I'm pretty sure
No,
that's gonna take a lot of work.
I don't think Discord role systems is necessarily what we need, but I do think that the predefined roles, this is mod and admin right now. You can already give mod to multiple users, but admin is only one person, and when that one person leaves, it just gets handed down to another user. So I would say have multiple users able to hold administrator over the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that would also mean if there's like a group or a room and someone, the main room admin's away, there's another room admin there that can sit there and administrate.
When do you think you might start introducing TikTok-like style to DogeHouse? You said in the Doge log. I kind of explained that a little bit in the next Doge log. So tomorrow when that comes out, stay tuned for that. Is it possible to change which mic you can use? Yes. If you click on your profile and click on voice settings, there's a place there.
I don't know why my it's actually the feedback of the microphone thing. That's what I realize it is now.
Can you give me a time on that
Because
upload?
the can hear me now. It's the latency between the sound. Because I guess you can hear me now.
Are you talking about the active speaker bubble?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
that's why I thought it wasn't. I thought that's why it wasn't working.
Is it for your own bubble or is it for other people as well?
Yeah, for me, there's half a second before it wakes up.
What I'm thinking about doing is right now, it sends the WebSocket little event, and that's when everyone sees the little active speaker. But I know on the front end when you just spoke, so I could probably add that to client side state so it's a snappier, at least for your own.
Yeah, that was why I was so confused, because even if just say like one tiny thing,
Yeah.
probably people can hear me, but the feedback is, I thought it was broken.
I
Yep.
actually probably wouldn't do that because like then you might think you're speaking even if your audio like isn't going through for some weird reason to like the server.
Well, it's already disconnected.
About
The
Okay.
yeah, right
So
now.
it's not associated with
Right.
whatever volume everything is. It's its own.
So there's basically two things that get sent when I speak. One, the audio is being sent to the voice server, but then a whole separate event is being sent to the Elixir API, and that is where the bubble comes from.
Oh, okay.
So technically, anyone
About
could,
the-
with the bot API, tell like. So technically, I can say I'm an active speaker even when I'm not an active speaker by just sending API events. Like you can kind of troll it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Because my bot, it never ever shows that it's speaking, even though it's like clearly playing music.
Yeah, I built
I
that
think I did not.
into
I thought I didn't.
mine
Yeah, I didn't
so
add
that it would
this thing
automatically
then.
speak whenever it started getting
Yeah,
a voice.
how does it work locally, Ben? Out of interest.
So locally it does actually like make sure you have audio. There's a library called Hark that we're using that listens
Cool.
to see how loud your audio is, and if it meets a certain threshold with your mic, then it sends the event. So we do make sure you're like producing audio before it's sent to the server, but
Yep.
as far as we don't check whether we received it. Like there's no server side authentication for active speaker.
Sure, yeah. So it's completely client side.
Right.
But for streams you're receiving, then obviously you can make the ring red, right?
Exactly. So yeah,
'Cause
I guess Discord has.
you
I think
received it.
Discord does in the same way we're doing it. So yeah, they would have the same problem as we do.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to know if you just it'd be a good issue to work on. Have a look
But
at.
it's like one of those things. If there's somebody who's like trolling your room as a speaker, you have the opportunity to say ban them or whatever, or make them a listener.
Sure. So basically, you're saying there's some sort of noise suppression just by the gain of. I'm just wondering how that works. Just out of pure curiosity.
As
So
far as
is
yes, there is like a
level,
certain
threshold?
like loudness threshold you have to meet for the bubble to show.
Oh, cool. So you actually you could possibly be streaming garbage.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Wow.
So on,
Yeah.
on the DogeHouse mobile version, I saw some kind of when you speak, a green overlay fills up your avatar, and I don't think it comes on the desktop version.
It is there.
That's just
Click
debug
on your
mode.
profile.
Have
Click
you
on
like
your
seen it
top
or?
right. Yeah, click on your profile and then click on start debugging. Ben added that like last week, I think.
I think somebody's supposed to be muted, but they're not.
Hello.
Yeah, that guy's muted, but he's not. Do you
Yeah,
see that?
I hear a lot of background sound, but I don't see any
It's
ring.
from show. It's from show. He's muted, but the sound is coming. I'm using the debugger. I can see the sound coming.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
I think Deafen might have broke mute possibly.
I was
I'll double
on
check
show,
after
but he
this.
was.
Actually, it wouldn't be the case because in my latest PI, I made it so if you deafen, it sends a mute event to the server as well. Right? So
Yeah,
it shouldn't
we're
break
gonna have
it.
to think about that. I don't know if that's the right logic. I'll look at it
What
after
is
this.
what is Deafen?
Deafen should be front end only. And it should only be something that gets sent as a backend to inform other people. You should
Yeah.
Yes.
It does that. It does that actually. See, what I did right now in the latest PI was if you deafen, it uses the set mute hook and then applies trues that out also. So both the hooks are called if you deafen. And if you undeafen, if you're like deafened and then you unmute yourself, so you get undeafened as well.
What
And you
does
can
it mean to be deafened?
you shouldn't be able to hear others, and they shouldn't be able to hear you.
That, no, Deafen should only do one thing.
No,
Yeah,
it
that's
does
the
both.
problem.
I copied
We're
what
breaking
Discord does.
separation of concerns.
I copied what Discord does. If you deafen yourself, it mutes you as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
think
so
that's dangerous.
because Ben
Yeah,
was saying that he
is
wants
it's
you to
it's the
deafen that.
intended behavior for it both to mute you and to silence all sound. The purpose of it is like you're in the middle of like somebody approaches you in real life or something, and you're like, oh, I'll just press deafen real quick to talk to them.
Got it.
I'm gonna.
Hey Ben, can we have something like voice whispers?
What do you consider a voice
Private
whisper?
rooms.
Like as far as like sending a voice audio?
I mean, currently we have whispers like it's text chat. Can we have something like voice whispers where you can talk to only one person and nobody else can hear you?
That's a good idea.
That is actually a really good idea.
ASMR DogeHouse.
But does that
that
make
doesn't make but a lot of sense? Like, surely it's not much of a.
Well, I was about to
uptake
say
for
like
that.
if
Like,
you
surely.
like if you wanted to do that, it sounds like you want to have a private conversation with somebody real quick, you should be jumping into a
Golden.
private room. So I think like the
Just
way we'd
call them the
implement that is like you click on somebody's
But-
profile and it's like
Mhm.
invite him to private room or something.
But then you like leave the room you're already in.
Right. But if you're wanting to have a conversation, like it sounds weird to have a private conversation with somebody while also trying to listen to the current room. Maybe I'm being weird
Yeah.
about it.
I
Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
Confusing.
that's
Could get confusing
fairly reasonable.
fast.
Speaking of like private things, are DMs ever coming to DogeHouse?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Near future or distant future?
I'll say medium future.
All right then.
I have a question about something you said in the last video you made. You said that an accelerator feels like school, and you want to be homeschooled. What did you mean by that? I don't know if it was like a half joke.
He wants to find his own way.
Next Doge log will explain more into that, which is coming out tomorrow, and I think it'll answer your question.
Hey Ben, is it an
All right,
intended
we'll
feature
see.
to have the chat literally if I'm on mobile I can't close the chat unless I click on the chat.
You're happy about
reading
cat jam
chat.
being an emoji. That is the best.
Is it an intended feature or I don't know, is it something?
Oh no, it's just it's
Because
kind of
I mean,
it's just a temporary like the UI is not fully built out for that yet. Yeah.
yeah, because I mean like I was quite stuck once when I had to click on but a couple of stuffs to get out of there. It
Yep.
was, I
Yeah,
was really
Joe, I was
stuck.
just making a joke. That was a bad joke. Sorry, it didn't land. So what is the agenda for this meeting in general, Ben? Or is it just open ended?
Yeah, exactly. It's just meant as a like let's talk about the concerns you
Hang.
have slash
Yeah.
if people have questions, I get a vibe for what's on people's mind, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up for discussion?
The maps sometimes don't work properly. The mute map and the deafen map don't return, like they don't change sometimes.
Yeah,
Deafen
that's what
map
I'm
never
gonna
changes.
look at the whole
And
mute deafen thing after this, and then I'm gonna release the docs for bots. Those are the next two things I'm gonna do.
okay.
I just got an error, which is why I got like kicked from the room. I think it's because I clicked the invite users to room button and it just kicked me. Looked like it reloaded. I'm on the desktop version, by the way.
No, it's just there's that page isn't there. So if you in the right, you should be able
That
to
page is
make the
there.
room full screen again.
Wait, when you say the room doesn't exist, like the route doesn't exist on the desktop app for some reason?
I would assume that's what it is, but I'm really not sure. It just gave me an error. Said
Can you
something
quickly
about it
send a
being null.
screenshot in the DogeHouse server of
It
what
like
you're seeing?
appeared and disappeared, so it's already gone.
Yeah.
Like appeared, then it reloaded. And yeah.
Hey, sorry, did you say this is after you click the invite users to room button?
Yeah, that's what I clicked. Unless I accidentally clicked like Deafen or something, but I clicked something in that area.
Working for me. Yeah, I can invite people.
It again, and it works. So I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, there's some like there's a lot of like half done stuff there. I was looking at that whole those components today that are related to the inviting users to the room, and it's not really done. I don't know. So it's
Yeah,
not surprising.
recording of rooms is going to be the next big feature, but I do want to like fill in some of the half done features right now.
So Ben, I
How
just
you
linked in an issue.
prioritizing things, Ben, with the feature request versus what's broken? I haven't followed this project much. I've just started just what I see if it's probably quite a few people that want
Yeah,
to
I
be filled
think
in with
I'm
this.
guessing somebody put on a GitHub. There's a link to basically the priority list.
Nice.
As far as new features, that's how I look at it. But I do want to get like, I want to make sure the existing site is more robust.
Mm.
Hey
Yeah,
Ben,
of course. The core has to be correct before all the sort of clients, because that's what I'm trying to understand the sort of ecosystem of all the different clients and things. What's the benefit of the desktop app versus the thingy? Is there any good reason to download it?
Yes, basically
Yeah.
two reasons. One, notifications, and two,
Mm.
probably the more important one, is you don't have to have the website in focus to be able to mute yourself.
Right. Ah, cool. Okay, yeah.
Oh, speaking of the
Also, there's a third
desktop app,
thing, Discord RPC, which is not really an important thing, but it's like a cool thing.
speaking about the desktop app, I was just kind of curious. I saw in the GitHub, it was some folder under the desktop app. It was called like overlay or something. Is a DogeHouse like overlay coming to the desktop app anytime soon,
It's
or what was that
already
about?
out. It's already out, but it's under heavy work, and yeah, I have to work a lot on it.
Alright, thank you.
Nobody else is doing the desktop app right now except me. So yeah, there were a few other people, but they just disappeared one day.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
So Ben, are you planning on doing any non-DogeHouse videos on your YouTube channel?
At the moment, that's
Because
not
we're
like on
only
my
seeing
mind.
DogeHouse related videos.
As of right now, I don't have any non-DogeHouse
Oh, alright.
videos planned.
No more Angular music.
I'm taking a short break in my career as a rapper. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh darn.
Oh, unsubscribe, block.
Just to
Mute,
clarify, that doesn't
Deafen,
mean you
It
hate
ended.
all
Angular
those
any
things.
less, right? Clarify that really quick. You still hate Angular, you're just taking a break from pointing it out.
I'm taking a break from rapping. I'm not saying I'm necessarily taking a break from that.
What about take a break for Angular?
Oh, so like the next one will be metal.
Maybe we'll see. I don't give away my secrets.
Did somebody ever threaten you?
Threaten me?
You're like trashing Angular all the time.
I
Talk
expressed
shit
great
about
Did
Angular.
Microsoft
concern
threaten
whenever
you?
I
Oh,
saw the
okay.
YouTube
Oh, not
Okay.
Google. I mean, no, Microsoft.
Oh, Google? No, but okay, let's not get too much down the Angular wormhole here.
Yeah,
This is a
fuck
little
that.
bit off topic. We can
Yeah.
talk about Angular after the Doge meeting. Unless there's no more Doge things, we can end the meeting early if we want to.
How much more I think now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've been working with some of the other members of the DogeHouse community, and we have set up a community Minecraft server for anyone who is interested if they would like to join that. It's going to be pretty much a restrictionless SMP with baseline rules, and the community gets to kind of build up what they want to do, how they want to outline rules and stuff. So if anyone is interested, I just posted the Discord link in chat.
What's
Why does
Discord?
everyone keep saying I sound like Bad Boy Halo?
Because maybe you do.
We know we've doxed you. Sorry. Halo Panio. Yeah, let's go.
I can't get a break, can I?
Oh.
Yes, survival server, SMP. I'm setting
And
up
yes,
some.
Ben is going to play on it soon. Confirmed.
Unconfirmed.
Is that true, Ben?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was
No,
about to
we
say
talked about
unconfirmed.
this.
He gave us a solid maybe, and that's it.
Ah man, I
But
can consider that.
there is one really interesting thing that I am working on at the moment. I'm getting ready to finish coding it and put it on the server. It's going to be an invite only, but not in the invite only you think. It's going to be invite only by player. Every player who joins the server gets one invite.
You're making
That's
it a
it.
clubhouse. You're making it a clubhouse.
So every generation, there's going to be generations of people who have invite power. The first generation is the people who I whitelist personally, and that's most people who just request to join the server, and I will whitelist you, and you are considered the first generation.
Am I the 0th generation though? Because I was there testing this with you.
I'm sorry.
I should be like the 0th generation because I was testing the server with you.
Yeah, you're part of the first generation of people.
Yeah, 0th.
Ben, back on topic about DogeHouse here. What are your plans for the mobile app versions of DogeHouse? Like, when would you want to release those?
It's going to be later after recordings and clips, and maybe around then.
Okay, so it's
What
more
if
of like an
someone like
official release type thing.
what if someone goes onto the app and like builds it out properly, adds all the current features that desktop has? Then we can release it, right?
I mean, sure. If the app magically is really good and has all the features, and yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
not release it. As far as
Yeah.
like me working on it though, I'm not gonna touch the app until the website is better. Yeah.
Okay. And also another thing on the mobile app was when someone speaks, it like has like a halo behind the avatar. Why don't we add that to the desktop app? Desktop thing.
What are you talking about? Didn't
When
you make
someone
the
speaks,
desktop?
right? No, no, no. I made the desktop app, but the website. I mean, when someone speaks, right, on the mobile app, it has like a shadow, orange shadow of Doge blood behind their name. It looks really cool.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about. Like the website on mobile is the same as the website on desktop.
No, the app on mobile
Oh,
has a shadow, orangish Doge plus shadow if someone is speaking.
oh, I haven't tried it, so I haven't seen it. I mean, make a GitHub issue is the answer.
Okay. and
There's a lot of GitHub issues. Do you think quite a few of them are probably not even relevant anymore?
I think a lot of them are feature requests too. But I would say I'm gonna work my way through them and close the non-relevant ones eventually. But I'm sure a good chunk of them are non-relevant. Yeah.
uh, a lot of the Kafka related issues were closed by like Autolord, the collaborator. So I think there are not as many as non-relevant issues as you think. There are like a few old UI related issues. They all got closed.
Yeah, you can speak. You just need to unmute.
Okay. I have a question about bots. I don't know if you speak about it earlier. It's about what are you gonna do with the like in the future for bots? Because they're kind of user accounts right now, and it's getting complicated to differentiate them and stuff.
So one, they're probably going to be regular user accounts for a little while because it takes work to separate them out. But right now we now have in the database, we know whether something is a bot and whether it's a user. So that means we can also add something in the UI now to differentiate them so you know whether they're a bot or not. And so that's going to be a thing. And like eventually this enables things like I can create a room and I can ban bots if I don't want bots in my room for whatever reason. Down the line,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Hollow. First you say. I'll tell after you're done.
Okay, I was gonna say down the
Fine.
line, one of the future things is like there's gonna be some things that it makes sense for bots to have access to. Like if I'm creating a bot and I want it to like, for example, just moderate chat, I need to be able to read chat from multiple rooms. So that there's gonna be things that enable that.
Okay, great.
So I was saying, Hollow asked you already in his server that his bot like has a lot of followers. So will you be will you be transferring his followers over? Also, my bot has a few followers, not a lot, but you know, a few followers on DogeHouse is actually a lot because not many people go and follow you.
I mean, one I already told Hollow that I would.
Yeah, I
Eventually,
haven't made the PR yet.
Oh,
event
okay.
eventually bots, yeah, bots shouldn't have followers at all. Right now they're going to
Oh,
because they're user accounts and like I get it. It's nice to have followers on your account and whatnot. So like I'm fine transferring them over if you want them.
so what do you need to do for transferring? I
Um,
just tell you.
basically I just associate it with your account. I basically need to do a DB query for you.
Okay, so I'll DM you my bot username, right? That's all.
Yes, that's enough. What if there are 3 levels in the room, like admin, speaker, listeners? An admin can limit the speakers to numbers so that people won't be confused on who's a dev or just raising a question.
So I'm looking into like what sort of a schema we would do to like figure out levels, and I think the levels are actually going to be like owner, mod, and everybody else, and then speaking. The whether or not you can speak and listen is a different thing. So there's speaking, raising your hand, and listening.
One thing related to that as well is I'm thinking about maybe having some sort of like timeout or something where if I'm in speakers but I haven't spoken a while, I go down to listeners and then I can always come back up when I need to. That way like you can clearly see who's like current in the conversation. But that was like just an idea I had. I don't know how close that is to
I feel
actually
like
being
if you
implemented.
want to add that, you should make it so that mods can promote themselves to speakers when they request to, because a lot of times mods will just kind of go AFK, like not speaking, just moderating a chat or something. And then when they want to go back to speaking, they have to request and wait for another mod to then promote them to speaker.
Well, the way I would want it is once you've been granted permission to speak, you should be able to speak for like until like you've lost that privilege because someone's taken away from you. So that's another thing that right now it's not differentiated like that, but once you've been granted the like permission, I can strip that permission, but I can also just move you back to listener. I'm not sure if it makes sense to have those as two different things, but either way, as a mod, you should be able to move yourself up to speaker. And I think that's just missing right now. So yeah, I do like that.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
Can I work on permission mentions at admin at mod? I mean, you can. The thing is that's like I'm gonna have to like review that PR, and it's a low priority is the only thing. Will the chat history always disappear? Yes, for a long until we have reportings. When you can report people, and I'll need to be able to see a log of chat. That's when we'll be saving chat history. Are you gonna add day mode with dark mode in DogeHouse? There's going to be a way for you to customize the theme, so you can do a day mode if you wanted one. That's actually coming sooner than you think too, I think. Private rooms are already a thing, they just don't work well. A search bar for the following tab would be nice. Actually, I agree. And like when you're inviting people to a room, those pages haven't been implemented yet, basically.
Is there gonna be support for AFK people?
What kind
Because
of
sometimes
support?
there are rooms with like 10 AFK people and they get to the top of rooms, and then actual rooms gets to be more down, and it's confusing when you go into a top room and no one's speaking and no one's in chat. Maybe people should like get AFK when they haven't touched the app in a while, and they wouldn't count in the top anymore, the count.
Well, yeah, what I'm thinking is I know when there's been no interaction with the server in a room for a long time, and just send like a confirmation like, hey, is your room still alive? So like I think
Yeah.
eventually we should start doing those. I agree. Are you gonna save
Here's the
all
thing.
chat history in your database? Yes.
With that AFK thing, constantly I'll just sit there and I will be in the room and I'll be active, but I just won't be speaking or chatting. Like I'll be doing something else and I'll be active in the room, just not speaking or chatting for an extended period of time.
Well, there's two things, right? If there's no one at all talking or interacting, like there's no chat, there's no nothing for a very long time, there's not really any difference from that and the room just not being like existing.
All right.
Can't that also get confused with when a bot is let's say you're in a channel that's playing music and a bot is playing music but it's not showing that it's speaking? Can't that get confused? Like it'll think nobody's talking but really people are just listening in some like lo-fi lounge thing?
I mean, what it comes to is if no one's joining a room, no one's chatting in a room, for like if you're creating a bot, that's a music bot, you can also have it accept the confirmation for you too.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Again, I haven't this is not something I'm going to be implementing now anyway. It's going to be a down the line thing.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rooms that if there are no AFK rooms, then there's no rooms on DogeHouse sometimes, especially later in the evening.
Dubno about search, you only get users if you put an @sign. That's just a temporary thing because I wanted to make it very easy to implement. I'm going to be adding on to that to where you can just type and it pulls up both. The only thing is I was worried because it gets a little complicated with pagination when you're hitting two tables at once. But I think I looked at how Twitter does it, and the way they do it is they don't paginate at all their search. Like you have to click on an item and then you're taken to whether you're searching users or whether you're searching rooms, and then it's fine. So the answer is down the line. That's going to be a thing. So there will not be any privacy about chat. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but there's no privacy in chat right now. There's really no reason, like there's already bots that are logging what you're saying in chat. When you're on the internet and you're putting things out there, there is nothing, like I'm recording this stream right now too. This is going to YouTube afterwards. Like it has the thing recording there. So yeah.
So he's not saving any chat history, but other people might be. You never know.
Well, eventually we are. As far as like, and that'll only be for public rooms also. Like I don't know if it makes sense to do that for private rooms.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a violation of sorts.
Yeah,
Because
telling
if you're
them the
hosting a
room is
private room and
private.
you want to feel comfortable enough to share like a password or something in chat, even though you shouldn't, there are people that will. And if you're in a private room, I think it would be best to keep that information just kind of encapsulated. So if even if you do log it, then
I mean, it's not a
have that log.
violation. Like you send that kind of stuff over text, over Messenger, over Discord right now, and all of these things are stored in
A
databases.
violation in terms of, can this be accessed by a public room bot? Like I'd say just host private room chat logs
I
in
mean,
like a separate
no,
database.
like we're never gonna expose where people can just like look through chat logs. Yeah, that's not
Yes,
gonna be
but
a
there are
thing.
exploits. There are exploits that can occur. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're gonna log private room chat, log it in a different database or something like that.
Oh, I mean that's a whatever
Just
thing. I mean,
I'm
as a
to be honest
redundant
with
wondering
you,
thing.
what jalapeno is going to be sending.
I
in
I
chat.
know, right?
I mean, what's going on over there?
No, I
Everything you
just
put
value
into
my
it
privacy, and
is
I'd
gone.
rather have a little bit more comfort knowing that my information isn't just going to be thrown into some other bot chat for some reason.
Well,
Like,
I
you're
mean, you use
sending that
Discord right
stuff
now.
on a public site.
Yeah, true.
I mean, the answer is I don't want to store things if I don't need to. So I will not be storing private rooms because it probably doesn't make sense to have reporting in private rooms.
The
Because
more
if
the
you
more storage
invited
you take,
somebody
the more
to a
money it
room,
costs.
it doesn't make any sense to then report them.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. There is a case for recording of that anyway. Depending on the terms of service of things.
Random question: do you want music in here?
No. Also, this is going on YouTube, so I don't want DMCA, please.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Are you live on YouTube?
No.
He's
This,
recording it though.
I mean, technically, I mean, there's not really a reason to go live on DogeHouse's YouTube because
He
you should just come to the DogeHouse room.
he records every single meeting.
Oh, so you have a separate channel for DogeHouse.
Right.
It's called DogeHouse.
It'll be in the announcements and Discord after this.
Also, Nazir, you today I noticed you did not use Discord at all. Most of the things that you are looking for will be there on the Discord.
Okay. I just installed it.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, this
Ben,
channel has like 7.6k views.
Ben, so you know how you can like authenticate with Discord? Is there gonna be a way to view a certain account's Discord, for example, if they authenticated with Discord, or view an account's Twitter if they authenticated with Twitter?
I think we'll probably have connected accounts like Discord, so yeah. But it would be like you opt into it.
Someone is asking if contributors will get any advantage with Doge Night or something. They'll get a badge for contributing, I know, because it's there in the mockup. And I think the collaborators will get a separate badge. I don't know if they'll get Doge Nitro or something.
Nothing's set in stone right now. One thing I had in the back of my head is there's going to be gifting of Doge Nitro as well. So like you'll be gifted like 1 Doge Nitro for contributing each month or something, and then you can either choose to use that Doge Nitro on yourself, or you can like gift it to somebody else. You can choose. All right, well, it's the top of the hour. This concludes this Doge contributor meeting. Thank you everyone for coming. Gonna end the recording now.